The answer to hate is not hate. Erika Kirk's radical act of forgiveness. When tragedy strikes, most of us expect anger. We expect rage, tears, demands for revenge. That's the script we've been taught to follow. But every once in a while, someone breaks that script, and in doing so, forces the world to stop and reconsider what it means to be human. That's what happened when Erika Kirk, widow of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, stood before mourners at a memorial and said something that stunned the room. The answer to hate is not hate. In those 7 words, spoken less than 2 weeks after losing her husband to a senseless act of violence, Erika shifted the conversation from bitterness to forgiveness, a response that few could imagine, but many can't stop talking about. A moment of raw humanity. Picture it, the weight of grief still fresh, the wound still bleeding. Her husband's death was not only tragic, it was violent, and the alleged shooter sits behind bars awaiting justice. For many, forgiveness in this moment would feel impossible. Yet Erika didn't stand up to curse. She didn't fan the flames of outrage. She stood up to forgive. This wasn't forgiveness wrapped in comfort or distance. This was forgiveness in the very middle of the storm. And that's why it hits so hard. Forgiveness in the face of hate. When Erika said, "The answer to hate is not hate," she wasn't just addressing the alleged shooter. She was addressing the audience watching. She was addressing a divided country. She was addressing us. Hate multiplies. Violence multiplies. We've seen it happen in schools, in cities, in families. Her message was a reminder that someone has to stop the cycle, and stopping it isn't weakness. It's the strongest move of all. Why this matters beyond one tragedy. This story isn't just about Erika or her family. It's about how we, as a society, respond to loss. Do we let tragedy deepen our divides? Do we let hate justify more hate? Or do we dare to imagine a different response? Erika's decision challenges the cultural reflex that says grief should equal vengeance. Instead, she modeled something countercultural, compassion in the middle of devastation. The ripple effect, a divided audience responds. The internet didn't stay silent. Her words are now circulating widely, stirring up reactions. Supporters say her act of forgiveness embodies true strength. "This is what leadership looks like," one commenter wrote. "She's grieving, but she refuses to give hate another victory." Skeptics argue that forgiveness should not overshadow accountability. "Justice still matters," another wrote. "Forgiveness can't mean excusing violence." Observers are simply stunned. "I don't know how she did that," one person admitted. "If it were me, I'd be drowning in anger. This woman's faith is unreal. Love it or question it. People can't ignore it. And that's why her words are spreading so fast. Why forgiveness feels so radical. We live in a time when outrage often feels like the default emotion. Scrolling through social media, you'll see anger rewarded with clicks, division rewarded with shares. Against that backdrop, forgiveness feels almost rebellious. It flips the script. It refuses to play the expected role. And in doing so, it forces us to look inward and ask, would I be capable of that? Most of us don't know the answer. But Erika has shown that it's at least possible. Forgiveness doesn't cancel justice. It's worth noting, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean the alleged shooter should walk free. It doesn't erase the crime, or the pain, or the legal consequences. Forgiveness is about her, about not letting bitterness consume what's left of her life, about reclaiming peace, even when peace feels impossible. That's the paradox. Forgiveness frees the forgiver, not just the forgiven. A universal lesson in a polarized time. This isn't just a conservative story. It isn't just an American story. It's a human story. For parents worried about raising kids in a world soaked in violence. For communities tired of cycles of revenge. For anyone who's ever carried anger longer than they wanted to. Erika's words land like a challenge. What if the way forward isn't through more hate, but through breaking the chain entirely? Why this story is going viral. There's a reason Erika's 7 words are echoing across social media feeds, podcasts, and headlines. It's unexpected. No one expected forgiveness at that moment, and surprises travel fast. It's universal. No matter your politics, you understand loss. You understand anger. You understand the courage it takes to forgive. It's simple. 7 words. Easy to quote, easy to share, easy to remember. It's hopeful. In a time where news is saturated with negativity, hope shines brighter. The takeaway for all of us: forgiveness is not easy. It never will be. But Erika Kirk's choice shows us that forgiveness isn't about erasing justice. It's about refusing to let hate have the last word. Her story isn't about perfection. It's about possibility. About how even in the darkest chapters of our lives, we can choose what comes next. And maybe that's the viral truth here. Hate multiplies when we feed it. Forgiveness, rare as it is, might be the only thing strong enough to starve it.